Hi, this is Sweet June. How's everybody doing today? I'm back with another interesting video. I see a lot of people are talking about Marilyn, no, I'm sorry, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry's fiance. Um, they've been big in the news lately, and a lot of people have been talking about it. I think it's interesting because there has been a lot of articles. Even there was an article in the city here I live in, local newspaper about. Been a lot of articles and things popping up about this is Black women's victory. Black women can have a beacon of hope that we can, meet our prince, and there's a possibility, because typically you hear when you read stories like that of women marrying the prince or whatever, it's usually typically, a Caucasian or European woman that's basically marrying. But in Africa, it happens all the time in Africa. In Africa, black women marry. There's princes in Africa, and in some of your other countries. And there's African women that marry, you know, black African women that marry princes as well, So it happens more often than not. But in Britain, in London and all that over there, Great Britain or whatever, it's typically Caucasian, European type female that's marrying a prince. Um, Meghan Markle, she's apparently she's biracial. Her mother is black and her father is white. Um, I had to be honest, when I first seen her, um, I thought she was white. I didn't really think that she was mixed, biracial. I think, in my opinion, that she looks more European than she does black. But her mother is, in fact, a black woman. You know, so technically she is biracial. And so we all, America prescribes to the one drop rule. If you got one drop of black blood in you, then you're considered black, African American. And if you got one parent that's black, then you automatically considered African American. And it's the white parent is totally disregarded. You know, which I don't know, in a sense, don't know if that's right because technically they are biracial, and when you say biracial, you are acknowledging the fact that they have one white parent and one black parent, not just a black parent. When you say that they're black, you're dismissing the fact that they have the other parent. You're totally dismissing the white parent. So it's, in a sense, it's kind of disrespectful to say that they're black. But this country, United States, prescribes to the one drop rule. We all know that. That's they've been doing that since the beginning of time. Like President Obama. They say he was the first black president. President Obama had a white mom and a black father. But they said that he was the first black president. Technically, he was the first biracial president. He represented both white and black people, technically. But everybody said, well, he was black, and he sure got treated like he was black too. Not to get into politics, but they sure treated him like he was black too. So this country, they scrutinized him like he was black too. So this country prescribes to the one drop rule, always have. They're doing this since the beginning of time. Well, that's not really what my video topic is about. But basically, there have been articles and everything popping up about Meghan Markle. Um, it's black women are feeling, apparently. I don't really feel no type of way. I think that if two people are in love, no matter what race they are, then they should go on and get married. Um, they should go on and be together. Obviously, do a Jehovah God's way and get married and everything, and then go on and have kids. Um, they obviously love each other. Um, and Prince Harry seems like he's a nice young man and everything, and they obviously love each other. And hey, I wish him the best. You know, I'm not really getting caught up in all that. Oh, this is a victory for black women and all this. But apparently, they say a lot of black women are excited, are pretty excited about it because they say, oh, it's hope for black women and that there's possibility the black woman can meet her a prince and get married and all that kind of stuff. You know, apparently other black women are getting excited about it. Me, it don't make no difference if it doesn't have anything to do with my if it's not going to improve my bill payments. Then I don't really get caught up into all that. You know, I congratulate them. I think they're a lovely couple. I think she's a beautiful girl. He's a handsome young man. They seem like a lovely couple. They are in love. I think that the royal family should leave him alone. I do think that. I know I don't think they're too crazy about him marrying biracial girl. I mean lady. Um, and they say that in anybody that's outside of the royal umbrella, they call them commoners. So she's not only considered a commoner, but she's African, considered part African American on top of that. Plus, she's from the United States. Plus, they keep talking about Holland that she divorced and all that kind of stuff. So they're gonna find every fault with her in the world because of the fact that she is half black. You guys know that. Um, but I do think that they should leave him alone and they should just let Harry go on and be happy. The Bible says a man finds of a wife, he finds of a good thing. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. That's what the scriptures say. So he found his wife. He found a good thing. So um, let him go on and be happy. Let him go on and be happy. That's my thought. Um, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. They say black women are, happy, and black women see hope because they see that there's a black woman that's marrying a prince, and there may be a possibility of other black women can go on and marry a prince, so they see that hope and everything. Just like when President Obama got elected into as the president of the United States, he was our first black president, technically biracial president, but they say he's black. Everybody, all the black people was like, well, there is a possibility this is something that's attainable to black people. A black person can possibly be the president of the United States. It has happened, so that means it happened not once but twice. So I'm just using that as a parable. Um, but anyway, what I'm getting at is um, the question that I have in my mind is Marilyn, I don't like you calling her Marilyn, is Meghan Markle really a beacon of hope for black women? That is my question. The reason why I asked that question is because of the fact that she is biracial. She's biracial, and not only the fact that she's biracial, she looks, in my opinion, she looks more European than she does African American. Like I said, I have to be honest. When I first seen her, and I didn't really know who she was. They said she was an actress, and at first I couldn't place her. I said, well, I can't place her. What was she? What has she been in? And so when I learned more about her history, some of the stuff that she was in and all that, and of course I learned more about her as they talked about it. Um, Found out what she starred in and all that kind of stuff. Um, Because of certain things, I watch TV, but there's certain things on TV I just don't watch. So I couldn't place her, and so I didn't know where she, what she played on or whatever. And so when I first seen her, I have to honestly think that when he was like back in the stages when he was dating her, I thought she was white when I first seen her. When I first laid eyes on her, I thought she was white with a little slight tan, something. And so when they said she was biracial, I said, "Whoa, she doesn't. She don't look biracial." Um, Then they showed some pictures of her when she was a child, and she had more like biracial people type texture hair, and she obviously, blew it out or pressed it out, and it looks more European looking. Her hair does, but she's a beautiful girl nevertheless. But my question is, um, they say black women having all this hope. Essence wrote an article about it and all that kind of stuff. Um, but is she really providing hope for black women? Because yes, she's biracial. Yes, her mother is black. But the thing is, she looks more European than she does black. Okay, so it seems like she's more representative of her Caucasian side than she is her African American side. Let me know in the comment section if you beg to differ. But and I know this country prescribes to the one drop rule. Um, Black people, a lot of black people prescribe to the one drop rule. Well, because if you're biracial and it's very clear that you don't look European, then you know, you get treated like an African American person, in society, and everybody knows that black people don't get treated the same. Things are different for us. I ain't gonna say a little different. It's a whole lot different for us than it is. The rules are different, a little different for us than they are for white people. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. But she's very fair skinned. Like I said, she looks more European than she does uh, black to me. And so I don't know. It just seems like she represents more of her European side than she does African American. So how much I don't that question has to be raised in my mind of how much hope is she really giving black women? And of course, some of the black women bashing men on YouTube are making videos and they're talking about black women. I'm not gonna say any name. There's one in particular that he's very popular on here. I ain't gonna say his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He blows. He got several channels on YouTube, and he be blowing up YouTube. And he's talking about black women. If black women look like her, the dating rates would be up in the black community. Black women don't look like her. Black women, of course, this guy, he hates black women. He is notorious for bashing black women, hating on black women. He said, well, if black women look like her, the dating rates would be up, the marital rates would be up for black women. If black women look like her, black women don't look like her. So what kind of hope did they think they got? Why they blowing up their head thinking they got all this hope when they don't even look nothing like her? She looks more European than she does black, and he's going on and on and on about that. And I'm sure there's other black women bashers on YouTube. It's coming on YouTube and saying making basically the same points that, um, well, she looks more European than she does black. She doesn't look like your typical average black woman. And then, that he's going on to say, well, she doesn't have any kids and out of wedlock and, all the other, any opportunity he has to trash black women, he's going to take it, obviously. So, um, which I think black women, beautiful black women come in all shades, not just light skin, not just fair skin. Beautiful black women come. There's some beautiful dark skinned chocolate sisters. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Some of them are getting modeling contracts. They're just beautiful, drop dead gorgeous. I mean, they're just skin is so dark and so beautiful. So you have beautiful black women in every shade. Oh, okay, every shade from real light and fair skin to darker and darker the berry. So that argument to me is invalid. Okay, beautiful black women come in all shades. So, but he was saying, obviously, when black men say things like that, that just lets me know that they're buying into um, the white man's standard of beauty, which ever since the beginning of time, we've been getting brainwashed. Our people have been getting brainwashed to think that the European standard of beauty, this is the standard. If you don't look like this, then you ugly. And when they make statements like that, they're basically buying it. They're basically buying into that. They basically have been brainwashed and have let society brainwashing them into thinking that European type features are more beautiful than black features. Um, it's unfortunate on their part they allow themselves to be brainwashed that way. But when you're a weak-minded individual, that's what happens. But anyway, but I digress on that. But the fact, like, the question does pop into my mind. Um, how much hope is she really giving us black women that are different shades, that are darker and look more African American? Um, would we be able to meet and marry a prince in Britain? You know, a darker black woman. You know, but she looks more, to be realistic. In keeping it real, she looks more European. You know, than she does African American. So, how much hope do us other black women that are darker shades? How much hope do we really have? Of meeting. Like I did a video a while back ago, you guys. It's in my archives. Um, I talked about how I read an article that billionaires and millionaires of other races are increasingly becoming more interested in black women, are wanting to marry black women and stuff. And sure enough, Eve got her a rich one. Um, Serena got her a rich one. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's becoming more common, more often than not, that black women, billionaires of other races, are um, becoming increasingly interested in black women. They're seeing things in black women that they're not seeing in other races of women, and they love in those qualities. Um, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is Meghan Merkel, keep trying to pronounce her name wrong, is Meghan Merkel really a beacon of hope for black women? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I got some more interesting video topics coming up. This is Sweet Jim.